Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday. Oh my goodness, these days have been getting away from me. Hello Penny, hello Karen, hello Helen, hello Shalana. Please say hello as you join in. I get so excited to see all of you here, and I can't wait to say hello to you. Really excited because today we have, of course, our Freebie Friday that starts Thursday into Friday. And also I get to announce that this upcoming Friday is the last day, the last possible day that you can sign up for our Sunflower Soiree, which I get to show you an additional sneak peek of Sunflower Soiree, only because it was sitting on my desk because I was playing around with it today. So just so everyone knows, or anyone that has not been here or has not heard of Sunflower Soiree is something that we are going to be doing every single year now. I mean, I hope to do it every single year. And it's going to be a summer event, but we focus on the fall florals. So it's all about sunflowers this year. Next year, it might have a different kind of fall-ish title, but it's all about florals. So if you love florals, this is your time. Let me make sure that I'm live everywhere. Okay, and I am. It looks like I am. There we go. Yep, I think we're good. So I get to talk about the free gift. We're going to use the free gift tonight. It is something that a lot of you have been asking for a while. I did design this, excuse me, something along these lines before for holiday, not last year. Was it last year or the year before? I don't know. It might have been last year. And so a lot of you have been saying, Christopher, can you please come out with another one? So I came out with one for the summer for this year that matches and coordinates and is really fun with all this release for this month. So let's head down to the top view. By a show of hands, oh my goodness, look at all this stuff on my table because I was playing around in my studio today. By a show of hands, how many of you love sunflowers? Anybody out there love sunflowers? Anybody out there where sunflowers are your thing? Anybody out there love the sunflowers? So I'm going to show you real quick. This is a little sneak peek of something that is coming for Sunflower Soiree, which you will get in your kit. And this is the Sunflower Soiree layering stencil. So this is going to be a part of your class. And you can see there's some glitter glaze too that you're also going to receive in class. So this is one of the stencils. I'm so excited about this stencil. I'm so excited to teach you how this stencil works. It's a really fun stencil. And it is going to be available to you in the Sunflower Soiree class. Hello, Kara. So I think that's a lot of fun. And then these are the colors that we're using, but we'll talk, we'll go over that later. I need to put this in my little book here that I keep all of my samples and stuff in as I'm getting ready for classes. All right, so let's make some cards today. So we're going to make 4 cards today, and we are going to make them in record time. Do you know why? Well, I'll tell you. It's because we are going to be using, drum roll please, our free gift for this week, or this weekend, I guess I should say. So we have done these in the past. We've only done one before, but I'm really excited because I get to share with you how this works. And if you've never used it before, oops, I just remembered I need to grab my foil. Bear with me one moment. Talk amongst yourselves, please. Is it right here? Did I literally set it right here? It is right here. My goodness. Thank you, Christopher Allen, for setting it up for me. So, if you've never used these before, these are called swatch art. So you're going to say, Christopher Allen, what in the heck is swatch art? So we have these little swatch dots, and we've carried these for quite some time. These swatch dots are generally what we tell you to use to swatch out your embossing powders, to swatch out your foils, to swatch out all of those fun things that you have. So also, I wanted to figure out, you know me, dual purpose, dual use. I want to find different ways for us to stretch our products. So I invented, created, designed, whatever you want to call it, these really, really fun swatch art pieces. So the way these swatch art pieces work is you will find either one or two items on each of these that you are able to use the magical shattered glass foil on. Now, stay tuned, because very soon, like Create Your Own Ending very soon, you're going to see some new overlay foils, which is what we call this. But you can see on here where you are able to apply your rainbow shattered, or not rainbow, your magical shattered glass. So let's go ahead and cut out these panels, and then basically we're just going to decorate them. We're going to stamp them. We are going to embellish them. We're going to ink them up a little bit. I mean, so many different things you can do. So we're going to cut this right at, this never lines up correctly. Is that because I need this to come out? No. Oh, I guess it is good. Okay, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to show you how easy it is for us to whip up these cards. 5 1/2, okay. And then again, 5 1/2. And I kind of zhuzh it over just a little bit, because it could be off by like a 1/4 of an inch or something. All right. So let's show you, let's start with our little scuba hippo, right? I mean, look at him. Can you even stand it? It's a scuba diving hippo. Come on. That is one of the funniest things I've ever seen, ever. I think it's great. All right. So we are going to, whoopsies. All right. I've got all my sentiments and such in here. So all you do, all right, so don't blink because you'll miss it. You're going to take your swatch dots. If you get the free gift, it comes with the swatch dots, okay? I'll take like a little pokey tool. You don't have to use mine, but I'll take a pokey tool to get them started. And then all you're going to do is place this right over top of the circular portion of the art, okay? So that's the circular portion of this art. You'll be able to tell on all of them, okay? And then you're just going to peel this off of here, okay? You can use your finger. You can use a pokey tool. I'm probably going to use a pokey tool because I don't really have any nails. Oh, no, I think I got it. There we go. Okay, so now we've peeled that off of the circly part. Okay, so you can't really see anything right now. It doesn't look like anything, right? Grab your magical shattered glass. We're going to be able to use probably one sheet. It does not come with the magic. It doesn't come with the magical shattered glass, and I think we go this way, I think. If not, we're going to have to flip it over. Nope, that was the right side. All right, so then once you get this on there, now watch. Isn't that the coolest thing? I love that. And of course, on the following Tuesdays when these will be available for you to purchase. They're not available to purchase right now. It's always generally the following Tuesday. But look at that. We can burnish this down a little bit better. I mean, it's up to you. But so that's the first one. All right, so let's do all of the sticking first. All right. So now this next one, let's zoom in a little bit, shall we? This next one, we have the portholes. So let's go ahead and peel, whoopsies. That one I didn't peel off very well, but luckily you have more than you need. All right, one porthole. They don't have to be perfectly centered. You get the idea, right? Okay. And again, we'll use our little stabby tool to lift this up. All right, doesn't look like anything, right? Doesn't look like we did much of anything. So let's go ahead and place our overlay. Trying to find an area that I didn't use. Burnish, not too hard, okay? just want to peel it off. There we go. Look. How cool is that? Isn't that cool? I love it. All right, so next we will go ahead and do our puffer fish on this one. Okay, and again, just kind of center it. Doesn't have to be perfect. No one's going to be, you know, no one's going to be double checking if it's centered. And again, we're going to take our overlay, burnish, burnish, burnish. And the way that this works is you kind of have to like get it so that it pops off of there. You'll feel it. You'll feel what I mean. So there's our little puffer fish. Love that. And then last but not least, we have our light bulbs. So these light bulbs have a little whale. I couldn't think of the word whale. A sailboat and a submarine. Okay. So we're just going in and applying our little round stickers. Again, I did all the heavy lifting for you, and I made it so that you don't really have to measure, you don't have to do anything. And we're just going to peel this off. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and apply this. You don't have to do it in one fell swoop. It's actually probably easier to do it separately, but then we can just go ahead and there we go. Now look at our light bulbs. Are you ready? How cool is that? Now obviously it's not doing the top portion, but that I feel like that's okay. It's just really the light bulb center that we want. I think that's so cool. All right, so now let's get to creating cards with these. So this is our first one that we did. Remember our little scuba guy? Let me grab some card bases. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to steal some card bases from my inspiration box unless someone else stole them from me. They could have. They could have. Who knows? All right. So we're going to start with our little scuba guy, right? Isn't he fun? So we're just going to literally just place this onto a card base, okay? We'll use a little bit of glue. Okay. We're just going to add a sentiment and embellish. And a huge thank you to everybody that is already purchasing to get this freebie. I think you're really going to love it. It's a really easy freebie to use. There we go. Look at that face. I love it. I'm just going to burnish this down a little bit better, but I want to use... I don't want to use my finger because that's like messing it up. There we go. Oh, I love it. All right, so now I'm going to go into my stash here of things that I have already made from the stamp set. I think a little sandcastle would go perfect down here. What do you think? I think so. Then I'm thinking we need a fish up here. So we need a sandcastle here, a fish up here, and then I think we're going to do, you're a flipping amazing friend. Actually, I think we might just need the fish. I think this is too much down here. I think we'll do the you're a flipping amazing friend. We'll pop that up. Do I have another little fishy that I can use? Oh, or do we think we need the turtle? No. No. Christopher? Oh, we definitely need the jellyfish. Yep, I think that's it. All right, and then we'll add some little sparkles. Let me grab some pop-ups. Because really, again, the star of the show are these little fishies, or I guess you could say not the little fishies, but the holographic, the magical shatter glass, that's it. So you're a flipping amazing friend. Pop up our little... Oops, I almost chopped off his tentacle. That's what I get. He's okay, though. Alright, so I think the little jellyfish can go right here. And then our little fishy. Can go in the back. Well, not in the back, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. There we go. Now we have our little fish. We have all our little friends, and look at his mask. I love this. All right. So now we're going to add a couple of gems to the bubbles. Because I mean, it's already sparkly, but why not make it more sparkly, right? I mean, that's my opinion. We do have a restock of gems coming. Thank goodness. Whoopsies. There we go. Couple little gems, and look at that face. I love it. You're flipping amazing. And I mean, he doesn't have flippers on, but I mean, you get it, right? You get it. All right, let's set that back there, and let's move on to our fishies. So we've got our little puffer fish. Okay. And I think we'll use for this one, fishing you a happy birthday. Because, I mean, that fits in there perfectly. Just like that, right? Could not be easier. So we'll go ahead and glue that on. Okay. Don't worry, we're going to do some bubbles. Okay. And now we're going to do, there are some little fishies, but I I really think, I should really sort these out. I do these all and get these all ready, and then I really should sort them, huh? Because I stamp out so many so I can make samples, but oh my goodness, will these sunglasses fit on that? Or do we want to put the sunglasses on him? No, they're cute, but they are cute, but I don't think so for this one. They are cute. That's on the, I can't remember which stamp set, but it is on one of the stamp sets. I know that there is a, oh my goodness, look at this hat. We do need to use that hat. Are you kidding me right now? We're using the hat. I know that there's a message in a bottle, and I don't know where. I mean, I thought there was a message in a bottle. Maybe I'm lying. Is there a message in a bottle? Yes. I knew it. So you want the message in the bottle to be like kind of floating down there. Then I'd say that's good for this one. Oh my goodness, that hat is hilarious. Okay, fishing you a happy birthday. It's a little crooked, but it's handmade, okay? It's handmade. Let's put our hat on. Oh my goodness. That is magnificent. You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember in Toy Story when Buzz loses his mind? And because the little girl dresses him up for tea, and he says, "I'm Mrs. Nesbit." That's what that, I mean, somebody's got to remember that. That's what that hat reminds me of. All right, so we are going to add a whole bunch of bubbles for our little friends here. And then that'll be it for this one too. I mean, how fun and easy are these? You don't have to get super complicated. Do you see what just happened to me? You don't have to get super complicated. Oopsies. When it comes to making some of these cards. Okay. There you go, my friends. Card number 2. Finito. Just have to place it onto our card base. Oh, here they are. Okay. Let's fold that puppy down. Put some glue on our card base. And then we will be done with card number 2. just love those little characters, and I love how that's shining up there. All right. Okay, so next we are going to do our little portholes here. So I want to use some paper with these portholes from the newest collection, which is the mermaids, obviously. So let me go ahead and look through this and figure out what I think will work best. We just used the sunshine. I love this paper so much. Maybe the fishies. What do we think? The fishies, yeah. Why not some fishies? So we're going to trim this down. Okay. That looks pretty centered to me. How about you? Yeah. And then we're going to cut this down. We're going to do a side folding card. So we need this to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then this is going to sit right on here like so. So we have our little porthole, but we still have, pretending all of our fishies are back there. But this is a little too stark white for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scrap paper. And we're going to do a little blending, okay? Because that's just too stark white for me. Hello, JB. Excuse me. All right, so we're just going to take our little blending brush here and very gently blend in. You know me, I love to blend in. We just want to make this match what we're doing in the background. And right now it's just a little bit too light. And this would be like kind of like a metal or steel finish that we're going for here. But just kind of grunging it up a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit, not too crazy. But it just adds, like, I mean, you can tell the difference. I mean, rewind back and look at how much better that looks now on top of there, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and add some glue. Okay. Whoopsies. And then we're going to flip this over. Not upside down, Christopher Allen. We're going to place this up a little bit higher because we are going to place a sentiment down at the bottom here. All right. All right. There we go. And now we're going to grab our card base. And don't worry, we are going to add some gems. All right, and then we're going to use "Thanks for helping me find my way," which I think is such a nice sentiment. Okay. I love the way that looks with that background. Okay. Place that right in the center there. And now, let me grab my crystals. I need my yellow ones, because these portholes, these little screws on here, these bolts need to be shimmery, right? Do you see that almost fly out of my hand? That would have been it. I would have had to call it a week, 3-day weekend. That would have been finito for me. And they just happen to be the perfect size. All right. Okay. Sorry, I get in the zone whenever I'm using my gems. Gems just add so much. Look at that. How simple and easy. I'm telling you. Simple and easy was what it's all about this month. Love those portholes. Okay. So that's number 3. And now number 4. Okay, which is going to be very similar, if not almost identical to the last one we did. But I do need to grab... Oh, I don't have the paper pad that I need. Hold on, everybody. I'm going to have to run over next door. Bear with me. Let me trim this out real quick, and I'll be right back. I need the paper pad of the month. One moment, everybody. BRB. BRB. So we're going to use the watercolor waves. This is the paper pad of the month. To anybody out there that gets our paper pad of the month, it is so pretty this month. I think we'll use this rainbow one for the background. How do you think? Oh, yes. Okay. And then for this one, we're going to add, I have this, this really cool yarn that I've had for a while. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. Because we're going to pretend that these, we're going to pretend that these are not, hold on, let me cut this out first. Let me I'm get ahead of myself. You know me. All right, so this needs to be 5.5, 5.25 by 4, right? Is that right? What am I doing? No, that's not right. But that's okay. It's gonna hang over a little bit, but we'll deal. All right, so what I need to do is you can either take a hole punch if you have one of those little teensy tiny hole punches, which I do not, or you can take your stabby tool, okay? And what you're gonna do is you're gonna stab right here in the corners. Okay? See that there? You want to make sure that you go kind of all the way up so you have a nice, generous kind of lacing point. Right? See that there? See what I did? Okay. And then we are going to poke this through. I'm actually going to use this thing here. I used to have my embroidery needles in here. I don't know where they have since gone. But you just want to feed this through. Hold on. It's easier said than done. It worked out really well in my sample, and now if I had my embroidery needles, there we go. We'd be zipping right through this process. Okay, so you want to bring one side in. Trim this down here because we're going to tie a little bow is essentially what the idea is. You want to tie a little bow here. Once you get a hold of it, it's, I mean, with these like thicker, what's the word I'm looking for? Yarns. It's a little bit trickier to get them started just because there's so much to them. But once it's all said and done, I love the way they look because you can unravel them at the end. And I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just feeding it. Feeding the yarn through. Okay. We got it all the way through. All right, and then what you do is you're just going to get it so it's like halfway, and you're just going to tie a knot. Now this will work with any type of, I'm going to make sure it's not too tight so you don't, I mean, you want to make sure you're covering up those holes you put in there, but you're just tying a little knot, And then we'll trim, trim, and trim. I'm pretty sure I got this twine at Walmart or Joann's, but see how it looks like rope? Isn't that cool? All right. So now let's do 2 more here. I hope everybody is having a good Thursday so far. Mine's pretty uneventful. I mean, we've been really busy trying to, I mean, not that you asked, but I'm going to show you anyway. We've been getting ready. We have a whole bunch of different events coming up. Just been busy. Just been trying to keep busy. We do best around here at Brutus, Monroe when we're busy. I can tell you that much. All right. We don't do well when we're bored. So again, you're just going to loosely tie your quote-unquote rope. That's what we're calling it, rope, on there. And then trim and trim. And you really want these to be spread out. And you can adjust and shift and move, but people are going to get the idea when they see it, right? But this reminds me of those little, so like they are obviously made to look like light bulbs. They're illustrated to look like light bulbs, but when you look at them, they are really like little terrariums. I mean, at least that's what I call them. All right, there we go. Side 1. And I can already trim this because that's going to be way too long. Could already tell that was going to be the case. All right, and our last one. And then we're going to pop this up because of how much dimension we're kind of already getting with our quote-unquote rope. So we want it to kind of be able to wiggle and move and there we go. All right, let's pop this puppy up. Place this right in the center here, or center adjacent. There we go. Looks pretty good to me. I love that little, it's gonna be a little weird because of the sparkle. And then we're gonna do thanks for always being my anchor, because I think that just kind of works well with it. And make sure you get glue all over the place. All right. And now, we're not going to add any gems to this. I know you're in shock. I am too, but I think we're pretty good. But look at how, I mean, doesn't that really give it that nautical oomph? And all of this was done with that free gift. And a couple little extra embellishments, right? All right. Okay. And there we are. Oh, hold on, Christopher Allen. You're trying to go too quick. All right. There we go. You want to see all three? Four. All four. We made 4 cards tonight. My goodness. Okay. So, I get so excited about all of them. There are the 4 cards that you can make with your free gift. I mean, so simple. So easy, but I think it looks so good. And that's that. Let me put these behind me. We have already made so many cards this month. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 so far. My backdrop is going to be stuffed with card ideas this month, which I love. The more card ideas, the better. Did I put them all up? I guess I did. 1, 2, 3. Yep. All right. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate you so much. Remember to create something every single day, whether it is a fishy card or your own ending. I love you very much, and I love you for watching, and I cannot wait to see you soon. Have a good night, my